Hi there, and welcome to the Rangers News YouTube channel. It's Jordan Carlisle here, alongside Cammy Willis.
How you doing?
And after Alfredo Morelos' first red card of the season and the inevitable media backlash that's followed that, we're just going to ask, is there still a concern there with Morelos? Is there a discipline issue still with him?
I think he's still got the bite, and yesterday was a bit of a strange one for Morelos because normally he's not been as kind of involved around the referee or with other players, but I think the kind of noise in the stadium and stuff was getting to him a wee bit. I think the other players were getting to him a wee bit, and the whole game he was kind of riding his luck a little bit. But having said that, Liam Donnelly flew into a challenge with him in the first half, which was a stonewall red card every single day. I don't think that the referee afforded them all the protection in the world, but there's just this kind of furore around him that it's everything that he does is so scrutinised. Chris Boyd obviously pointed out at half time, but everything's so scrutinised to the point that referees are forced to make big, massive decisions with the pressure of the crowd on their back, etc. And whilst it was reckless, the celebration, and I think his challenge was a yellow card as well. I don't think there's an ongoing thing. I think it's just a blip. I think that if you look at him over the course of the season, in terms of how reactionary he's been to stuff, it's been a major improvement, and I don't think he's going to go backwards. I think that he's going to be sitting there on Friday night when we play Hibs, wishing he could play.
Yeah, I think so. I think when you look at the breakdown the stats and stuff behind it, last year he had 5 red cards and 19 yellows. One of those I think was rescinded afterwards, one of the reds, but that's his first red of the season. So he's played 33 times, 33 appearances this year, 7 yellows and 1 red.
Yeah.
Now, for people who point out that he's a guy who still has this, this underlying issue, this problem, the fact he can't control himself, it's still there. Like, you could point to any normal footballer and look at that record and not bat an eyelid at it. Like, it's a reasonable.
Do you think that people though are kind of trying to force it up, kind of trying to make a bigger issue of this because of obviously the history and last season and stuff, and how kind of previously you could maybe get to him better than what you can now, but players could target him, the crowd could target him, etc. Do you think that for that reason it's blown up just to maintain this conversation about Morelos?
Yeah. I think it works.
It does work. Yesterday kind of proved that.
I think it works well for the tabloids and that sort of stuff to be like, Rangers star talisman, the man they rely on, is unhinged and he's in some way completely unreliable and all this sort of stuff. So I think that rhetoric's already there.
Yeah.
And they like to keep that going. But the thing is that he obviously, the point is that he didn't help himself on Sunday. Like, you can't complain about doing that, so gesturing towards the supporters and being sent off because.
Yeah, but I mean,
but I was about to say, but everyone needs to be sent off for doing it. You see on a weekly basis, whether it's Scott Brown doing that after an Old Firm, whether it's someone for any club playing against anyone.
McLean did it,
yeah. Running towards the fans, cup in the ear, shushing. Like, there's got to be some sort of crackdown on it.
But I think that it's just ludicrous. I think that referees as a general believe that they have the opportunity to do this if it's excessive, and we understand what excessive is, and I think that rule's there for that reason. But I think that most referees give it a bye because it is a little bit ludicrous. You know what I mean? Like, unless it is excessive, then I don't think that the players should be punished for it. And I mean, it's not to say that I think that if Morelos is to be punished, everybody else should be punished. But I don't think they should be punished for something as soft as that in the first place, particularly when it's just a release. He's been getting goaded all day by the fans. He scores the goal, he runs up, and he shows a wee bit of his personality. Plus, it's a celebration that he's done multiple times.
Yeah.
And as well on the other side is this thing that Morelos should kind of calm down his personality and his character and all that. So he can't play a physical game with people. He can't celebrate when he scores. He's just supposed to take this abuse, etc. To me that's feeding back into this kind of villainisation of Morelos. This kind of making him out to be kind of cartoon villain.
Yeah, and that it suits that way.
It's there. Do you know what I mean? And for whatever reason, I think the main reason is that he's a good player and he's scoring goals for Rangers.
Yeah.
But I don't think there is as big a discipline issue in terms of him biting to opposition teams as there was before. but I don't want him to lose any of the personality and edge that he is, and I don't think that it's right that there's calls for that, or there's a suggestion of that.
Yeah,
based on
I
yesterday.
think what you're saying as well about how excessive it can be. Like, I understand if a player's going into fans, gets carried away, goes in, sparks some sort of pitch invasion. But when the guy's been getting absolute pelters, been called every name under the sun
Yep.
for the hour until he scores, and then he reacts in a symbolic way, which isn't going to cause really any issue. Like, I understand. So I understand it's a yellow card by the letter of law, but there's also... I think there's just a lack of recognition of what he goes through on a daily, in every game, in terms of from the opposition trying to wind him up, and from every single home ground in Scotland with the play, and the supporters just pile on his back.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yesterday with Motherwell, it was like the whole game you hear them hissing and booing him. But I mean, that's the same. See the argument you're saying there. That's the same argument that a lot of people put towards like Scott Brown or like Neil Lennon, etc. But that's the argument it's a winning argument in that side. So why is it not a winning argument in this side
When it comes to Morelos.
Yeah, it's a strange one, but I think the wee man just needs to concentrate on putting the ball on the back of the net and celebrating his own team and doing it over there. Just ignore the other fans. Just get your head down. And the real way to get it up the goal, like the kind of commentators in the media that are very negative towards him, or this kind of narrative around him, is to win something with Rangers and to win and to drive us forward and win us the league. 27 goals already is outstanding.
That's incredible.
That's what we should be talking about. I mean, one red card, a soft red card. Let's be honest, it's a soft red card. It's not like he was like lashing out at anything. But in 27 goals, what a season the boys have. In discipline issue, he's only 23. He's just grown up. And he's going to go.
That's incredible.
This will be a blip, I think, on his career going forward. But what a player he is.
I think that's part of it as well. The fact that Rangers have a guy who is worth so much, who is scoring so freely. So there must be some sort of downside to him. There must be some sort of demons lurking there that mean he isn't worth 40 million. It means he's actually worth 7 because he might blow up in his first game for a new club.
Mate, you feel that? You know what I mean? There definitely is an element of that. It's part of it. It's not the overriding thing, but it's definitely part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But going forward, I think just focus on your own team. Morelos, score the goals. Don't listen to the fans. Win us the league.
Excellent. Sounds good to me.